Hero just won this game,
As Hero claimed his victory in the first 2022 GSL Season 2 semi-final series, two more StarCraft 2 icons were getting ready to put on a show. Terran extraordinaire Maru quickly became the player to watch, leading into the business end of the tournament. He was faced with the task of bringing down Dark, a BlizzCon champion and one of the greatest Zerg players in the whole of South Korea. The wide map of Nautilus 2 would be the first battlefield in the Maru versus Dark story, a battle between StarCraft 2 legends that continued well into the day. The cross-spawn map allowed each player to work firmly on their economy. That was until the 5.5-minute mark, where Maru was met with resistance when cleaning up creep tumors. With Roaches and Ravagers by his side, Dark brought the fight to Maru. Siege tanks bombarded the Zerg forces, contributing greatly to Maru's defense. When paired with Ghosts, Maru was able to spread across the top half of the map, while his opponent did the same in the south. It was evident that both players were setting up for the late game. Broodlords were spawned in to neutralize Terran bases at a safe distance, but with Thors and Vikings protecting the sky, Maru was able to continue bunkering down. Zerg infestors took control of Maru's Thors. The Terran player's supply started to thin out, but so long as his Ghosts remained safe in the backline, Maru would continue to hold. Evenly matched in every way, Game 1 of the series ticked past the 35-minute mark. Minerals were slowly depleting map-wide, while each player scrounged what forces they could to keep control of the center.
We just saw a Ghost snipe a Hellbat. That actually happened.
Yeah. Probably first time in GSL history.
Yeah, I think so. A big engagement coming down now. That is a lot of Marines and Dark GGs.
Dude.
Dark ran out of options and handed Nautilus 2 over to his opponent. Through insanely good defense tactics, Maru claimed Game 1. Curious Minds was the battlefield of choice for Game 2. Maru established a double barracks proxy in the center of the map, looking to apply early pressure. A Queen and a handful of Zerglings fended off the early Marines. Maru's bunker was cancelled, a sure sign that the rush had failed and that it was time to prepare for the mid-game. With plans to eliminate Dark's third base, Maru approached with Marines, Medivacs and siege tanks. Dark won the battle with high numbers, but it was the Baneling flank from behind that caught Maru completely off guard. Maru tried many drops and front-on attacks during Game 2, but at the 9-minute mark, Dark had everything he needed to put the nail in the coffin.
But look at this. Dark once again coming in and just shutting this down. I think Maru's dead.
Well,
I think he's straight dead.
Usually in a game like this, you can't just go for like two-base play. And then, yeah, GG.
Yeah.
The semi-final scoreboard was even at 1-aside. As Dark deflected every play Maru threw at him.
I could be completely wrong.
The brawl between these two South Korean heavyweights continued on the map of Hardwire, another large and treacherous war zone with a fair amount of ground between spawn points. In an attempt to cripple Dark's work account, Blue Flame Hellions rolled into the Zerg's natural. Many drones were burnt to a crisp, but Dark's Queens helped kill off the attack. Maru's plan was successful. Creep was being pushed back by Maru, but even with an aggressive counterplay by Dark, the Terran star was still able to hold firm on the high ground and fire shots off at his opponent's Roaches and Ravagers. In a three-way attack to end the game, Dark used Overlords to drop Zerglings in Maru's main base, while driving two other attacks on the Terran player's front line. Dark dealt significant damage to Maru, but even with his base and outlying command centers in a critical state, Maru was able to read the play and react accordingly. With Ghosts sniping down Ultralisks and Liberators blasting the Zerg backline, Dark's attacks failed one after another. In similar fashion to the first game, Maru bunkered down to push the match out for as long as he could.
It's just hard to have a lot of...
With an upgrade mixture of mech and bio, Maru reclaimed the left side of the map and began his assault on Dark's territory. Creep was pushed back, and as soon as Maru repositioned his forces deep within Dark's southern quadrant of the map, the Zerg player conceded.
If this army can't be stopped, this game is over. Because effectively, there is no... I mean, Terran can lift their buildings off. You can't keep counterattacking.
Yeah.
I think Maru did it again.
I think Maru's figured the matchup out, man.
Yeah.
Dark became resource-starved, while Maru maintained his forces. The near half-hour game went to Maru, who was now sitting one game away from GSL Grand Finals qualification. Maru was on fire. Loading into Game 4's Berlingrad, the Terran star looked to end the series quickly and finish off the competition's last remaining Zerg player once and for all. Marines marched from the north, while Hellions attempted to penetrate Dark from the south. Both attacks were quickly pulled back by Maru. Forces clashed at the foot of Dark's fourth hatchery. Maru's siege tanks were able to blast away the incoming banelings, but Zerglings got their surround quickly. With more Marines pouring in to reinforce, Dark's queens had no choice but to retreat. Dark quickly became overwhelmed. Marines continued to pour in, spreading while attacking, so baneling blasts were less effective. Maru's tanks remained safe behind a wall of Marines as the Terran star found his final victory.
All right, he's going to try to come in here. Really good splitting from Maru.
Oh, a group of the banelings actually did not wrap around there, unfortunately.
Dude, he's going to beat Dark in a straight-up mid-game push. GG!
Maru had done it. Dark was defeated, and the greatest Terran player in the competition earned his seat at the Grand Finals table. Hero and Maru will enter a best-of-7 fight for survival in the 2022 GSL Season 2 Final Showdown. All viewable on the Afrika TV YouTube channel.
Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with the amazing eSport content from around the gaming globe. Only on Unbeaten Esports.